Good evening. This is Trading Bull's Institutional Flow Intelligence with the official 4 p.m. Eastern Market Close report for Tuesday, May 12, 2026. Institutional lean for the day was decidedly bearish, driven by massive off-exchange distribution. Breathe. Section 1. What happened today? The market saw a mixed but broadly risk-off session today. Technology and small caps faced the brunt of the selling pressure, while the Dow eked out a small gain. The SPY closed down 0.15% at 738.17. The QQQ led the downside, falling 0.85% to 707.24. The DIA finished up 0.16%, while the IWM dropped 0.96%. Options flow showed pockets of speculative bullishness, but the overwhelming story was heavy institutional selling in the dark pools. Section 2. S&P 500 SPY Analysis. The SPY official close printed at $738.17, down about 15 basis points. It traded between a high of 738.84 and a low of 731.83. The bias is bearish. For the bull case, buyers need to reclaim the intraday high around 738.80 and push through the 740 psychological level to invalidate today's weakness. For the bear case, today's low of 731.83 is now critical support. A break below that level would align with the massive dark pool distribution we saw, signaling further downside potential. Immediate support is at 731.80. Resistance stands at 738.85. Section 3. QQQ. Nasdaq Analysis. The QQQ posted a 4 p.m. closing print of $707.24, down 0.85%. The intraday high was 710.18, with a session low of 696.66. The bias here is strongly bearish. The bull case is a fight to get back above the 710 level. Holding the 700 mark is the first step, but conviction is weak. The bear case points directly to the session low of 696.60x. A failure to hold the 700 psychological support opens the door for a retest, and institutional flows suggest sellers are in control. Support is now the low of day at 696.60. Resistance is at the 710.20 level. Section 4. Daily Pulse. Across the market today, we tracked $1.18 billion in total options premium. There were 190 notable sweep orders. In contrast, dark pool premium registered an enormous $6.44 billion. This staggering ratio shows that for every $1 traded in the lit options market, nearly $5.50 were being quietly moved by institutions off-exchange, pointing to significant distribution. Section 5. Options flow leaders. The top of the leaderboard was dominated by index products. First, SPX saw $367.9 million in premium with a strong bearish lean. NVDA followed with $85.8 million, also bearish. MU attracted $82 million with a bullish lean. TSLA saw $77 million, also bullish. And SPY itself saw $67.2 million in options flow with a net bullish tilt. Section 6. Dark pool activity. Now for the critical institutional prints. We saw two massive SPY blocks, one for $500 million and another for $499 million, both with heavy bearish sentiment. IONQ had a $279 million bearish block print. IGV, the software ETF, saw $216 million in bearish flow. MCHP showed a $195 million bearish print. LQD had a $163 million bearish block, and META saw $137.7 million in bearish flow. The dark pool analysis is clear and direct. Institutions were aggressively distributing positions today across the board. The size and breadth of these bearish prints, particularly in broad market ETFs like SPY and sector-specific ones like IGV, indicate a coordinated de-risking effort and a significant lack of institutional appetite at these levels. Section 7. Notable flow. The largest individual contracts today were overwhelmingly bearish. We saw a massive $59.8 million bet on SPX 7800 puts for October, a deeply bearish position. Another trader bought $35 million of SPX 7175 puts also for October, again bearish. And a third major bet came in on the SPXW 7490 puts for December, costing $34.5 million, also bearish. Section 8, Mega Sweeps. In the high-speed sweep market, a trader placed a $6 million bullish sweep on TSM June 395 puts. A $4 million bearish sweep was seen on MU May 750 calls, and a $3.5 million bullish sweep hit AMZN December 2027 275 calls, a long-term bet. Finally, a $3.5 million bearish sweep on SPY August 710 puts. Section 9, Dual Signal Convergence. This is where the story gets interesting. We saw a major divergence between retail and institutional sentiment today. On MU, options flow was bullish, with $82 million in premium, while dark pools registered $1.5 million in bearish prints. On TSLA, options were bullish at $77 million, but dark pool activity was bearish. The same pattern held for the major indices. SPY saw $67 million in bullish options flow, clashing directly with over $2 billion in bearish dark pool distribution. And QQQ had $62 million in bullish-leaning options, while its dark pool prints were bearish. This signals retail traders are buying the dip, while institutions are using that liquidity to sell. Section 10, Algorithmic Signals. Our systems flagged one confirmed sniper setup today. It was a bullish signal on QQQ, targeting the May 22, 699 calls with 82% confidence, indicating a potential for a short-term technical bounce. We are also watching a high-conviction bearish sniper alert on SPY June 715 puts. Breathe. Looking ahead to tomorrow, the key question is whether the immense dark pool selling continues. Watch if today's lows in tech and the S&P 500 can hold against that institutional pressure. This has been your official Trading Bulls Market Close Report. Trade safe.